Have you spoken to Tom Brady at all throughout this process?
I have, and we didn't get into, the overall specifics of all this stuff, but I have talked to him, let him know I was going to do this raffle, number one, and number two, just to see how he was.
Okay, and so the thing that most fans have a problem with Tom was in the press conference that happened on the Thursday after the AFC Championship game. He was asked point blank, "Are you a cheater?" And his response was, "I don't believe so," which is something that nobody should ever try with their significant other if they were accused of cheating, because that line wouldn't work. So my question for you, Matt, interpret that for me. What could he possibly mean by saying, "I don't believe so"?
Yeah, I think of it this way, okay? If you didn't know Tom Brady, right, and not a whole lot of people do, they're out there, right? I mean,
right.
Like anyone else, that wouldn't seem odd, to anybody that's been around him. Tom's a different guy, I mean, I tell people all the time, like, I love going out in the woods and chasing things and, harvesting whatever, I find edible, right? I'm that guy. I'm a big burly weirdo. So that's not Tommy. And also, you have to remember the environment in which we kind of grew up, right? Bill and every single day and how we address the media and how you speak for yourself and, that's been his life. So, number one, it's not like he wanted to go up and have that press conference. But and he was forced to be at that press conference, and he didn't know any of the details, right? The NFL hadn't even made a statement at that time regarding, anything to do with this whole scandal. They hadn't said what they were investigating. They hadn't said what it was all about. And the team was completely in the dark as to, how to really react or respond. So when the media comes at him and says something like this, it's in his mind, which this wouldn't sound good, and I'm not sure he would even say this, but it's almost laughable, to be posed this question and then have to respond to it, especially considering the fact that he's got a big game to get ready for. So, again, I look at it and I say I understand how people can take that as, oh, he's hiding something, he's not telling the truth, he couldn't say it point blank. But that's Tommy, and he was speaking for himself, and he was saying, hey, listen, I don't think so. Right? And not I don't think so because I want to be misleading, but I don't think so because this is ridiculous. This is absurd.
Mm-hmm. Matt Light joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you think nothing happened? This is an ideal gas law situation, Matt?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the numbers prove that. If you take the only 4 balls that they tested. Now, again, think of how absurd that is. The National Football League knows that they're going to investigate the pressurization of the footballs before this game's played, and they don't have any protocol put in place to document it. They don't have a system in which they're going to, have some kind of repeatability or some kind of process by which they judge these things. That's absurd. But the 4 balls that they tested for the Colts were identical in the difference in pressure with the first 4 balls that they tested with the Patriots. Absolutely zero difference. So, again, I go back to the facts in this case. They're very evident. But, again, the National Football League didn't make any of this known until, weeks after this thing broke.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.